storms moving across Oahu. Friday brought flooding, flight delays, and widespread power outages. Your HNN First Alert Weather Team declared Friday a First Alert Weather Day due to the threat of heavy rain, and the island was under a flash flood warning for much of the afternoon. Floodwaters forced authorities to close Kamehameha Highway at Waiahole in Windward Oahu, causing traffic to come to a standstill all the way back to Kahaluu. In Makiki, drivers were asked to avoid the area of 4045 Tantalus Drive due to a landslide and large fallen tree. Viewer video from Waipahu showed flooding along Farrington Highway, although the road was not officially closed. A viewer image from ʻEwa Beach showed a sparking utility pole that appeared to have been hit by lightning. The Honolulu Fire Department said crews responded to reports of stranded hikers on multiple parts of Oahu. With Air 1 grounded by the storms, firefighters escorted hikers out, officials said. In Kunia, fire officials said a woman's vehicle floated a few feet after a church parking lot flooded, but she got out safely with crew's help, and no one was hurt. Hawaiian Electric reported more than 25,000 Oahu customers were without power Friday evening at about 9 p.m. About 80 different outages were recorded across the island. Outages were reported in areas including Makaha, Aiea, ʻEwa, Kapolei, Makakilo, Mililani, Pearl City, Waikele, Waimalu, and Waipahu, among others. HECO said a lightning strike had ignited a fire in the switchyard at Kahehe power plant shortly after 3 p.m., damaging equipment. Crews had to wait for the fire to be extinguished and will make repairs once the temperature has cooled. HECO said it hopes to restore power to most West Oahu customers by Saturday at 12 a.m. Restoration efforts were also delayed by continuous cloud-to-ground lightning strikes, which are unusual and pose an especially dangerous risk to crews working on equipment and substations, said HECO. Lightning strikes. More lightning than we've seen in a long time, and the thunder's unreal, said Kaneohe resident Gus Yniguez. He added that some of the strikes appeared to be very close. I mean within a block or two. We were seeing some really bright lights right through our window, and I saw a couple of strikes that looked like they were hitting Kahekili Highway. Anyone experiencing an outage is asked to report it online or at Hawaiian Electric's trouble line at 1-8553-041212. Due to lightning, the Hawaii State Department of Transportation said some flights may be delayed at Daniel K. Inouye International Airport as ground crews are moved off the runways due to safety. Travelers were advised to check with their airline before heading to the airport. Forecasters said unstable conditions were expected to continue into the weekend. A flood watch was also in effect for Molokai, Lanai, Maui, and Hawaii Island. Despite the disruptions and flooding, Mother Nature's show also included a display of dozens of waterfalls in the Kulau Mountains. We absolutely love it, but it's very rare that you can see them without the cloud covering, said Yniguez as he looked at several waterfalls in distant Haiku Valley. You gotta be up on the H3 usually because the clouds will cover them up. This is a rare instance where the clouds are high, and you can see a lot of the waterfalls from right here. The National Weather Service has issued a flood watch for the entire island of Hawaii, where flash flooding caused by excessive rainfall will be possible through Saturday morning. An upper-level low and associated surface boundary will provide conditions favorable for heavy rain through tonight, the forecasters wrote Friday afternoon. Heavy rain has been observed on Oahu and Molokai, and this feature is moving toward Big Island tonight. At the time the flood watch was issued for Hawaii Island, the entire island of Oahu was under a flash flood warning. An upper-level low centered near Kauai was moving slowly southeast this afternoon. This low is expected to gradually weaken and move east and then northeast tonight. The cold air aloft associated with this low will help provide unstable conditions through tonight, and therefore we have extended the flood watch for Oahu and Maui County and added Big Island. Kauai seems to be too far west now to have a significant threat of flooding, so they were removed from the watch. Where the watch remains, it goes through 6 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time Saturday. As the low moves away from the island Saturday into Sunday, The atmosphere will become more stable, and even though lots of low-level moisture will remain with us through Tuesday, the chance of flooding will decrease. Trade winds will return Sunday after another day of southeast winds Saturday. Once the trades return, they are expected to remain over the state through the end of next week. Initially, the increased moisture from this current system will bring wet trades Sunday through Tuesday. After Tuesday, more typical trade wind showers should be with us through the end of the week. While the state continues its long recovery from the historic March Kona low storms that caused billions in damage, a new round of heavy rainfall on May 15th has forced emergency responders into action, closed roads, and left thousands without power. State and county officials have issued multiple flash flood warnings and watches, urging residents to stay vigilant as conditions remain hazardous into the evening and overnight hours. Kamehameha Highway and several other major routes saw closures due to standing water and debris. Drivers were stranded in vehicles as water rose rapidly, prompting swift water rescues by Honolulu Fire Department teams. "We urge everyone to turn around, don't drown," said HFD Chief Alton Hale in a midday briefing. "Even shallow-looking water can sweep away cars." While Oahu bore the brunt, Maui County and the Big Island also faced flood watches until early Saturday morning. Scattered thunderstorms brought localized heavy downpours, raising concerns in low-lying and recently recovered areas. This latest weather event comes as Hawaii works to recover from the devastating March 2026. Kona low storms, which dropped record rainfall, including over 30 inches in some spots, and caused an estimated $1 billion or more in damages. Agricultural losses reached tens of millions. Tourism suffered heavy blows, and thousands of homes and roads were damaged. FEMA assistance applications and recovery centers remain active, with deadlines for certain aid programs approaching in mid-May. Governor Josh Green's administration has stressed that while this May storm is not on the scale of March's historic flooding, it highlights the state's vulnerability to repeated heavy rain events. "Every inch of rain on saturated ground increases risk," the governor said during an afternoon update. "Our teams are out there, but we need residents to heed warnings and stay off the roads unless absolutely necessary." Tourism, still rebounding, faces new disruptions. Several attractions and beaches were closed due to high surf, poor visibility, and flooding. Hotels reported some guest relocations and activity cancellations. Airlines adjusted flights amid thunderstorm activity at Daniel K. Inouye International Airport. Farmers and ranchers, already reeling from earlier losses exceeding $30 million, worry about additional crop and livestock impacts from this fresh deluge. Insurance claims from March continue to process slowly, adding frustration for many families.